4.
Welcome back here to the What's Cooking program, the nation's food, wine, restaurant, and travel show. I'm Michael Horn. That's Paul Stern.
Hey, Mike. When we talk about one of the big issues of our day, the issue with Japanese whaling is one that definitely comes to the forefront. And on Animal Planet, they have their hit series Whale War. And joining us right now is Captain Chuck Swift and Fiona McQuaig.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you for having us on. Arr!
Arr! Aye, Captain. There'll be whales here.
Aye, and we be saving them.
So let me talk about this Whale Wars. It's a 1-hour show, and it started, in 2008? And the Paul Watson was involved, and Captain Chuck Swift, you've sort of taken over here, haven't you?
Absolutely not. Captain Paul Watson remains very much active. He's the founder and president of the organization. He is the captain of the flagship, the Steve Irwin, and I'm the captain of the Bob Barker. So I'm the captain, and he's become the admiral.
So tell me about the Steve Irwin and the Bob Barker.
Well, the Steve Irwin was named after Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter who passed away, unfortunately. And Steve Irwin had a very, very strong connection with nature and animals and was supportive of Sea Shepherd. So when he passed away, Paul changed the name of that vessel, which had been the Robert Hunter, changed it to the Steve Irwin in honor of him. And the Bob Barker honors Mr. Bob Barker of Price is Right fame, who learned about our work, asked what we needed, and when Paul, Captain Watson said we need $5 million to get a new ship and have a campaign in Antarctica, he said the price is right and gave us $5 million.
That's incredible.
My goodness, that is really something. Okay, so what is the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society for those that do not know? Tell us about the organization.
Well, it was founded in 1977 by Paul, who was one of the original founders of Greenpeace. In my opinion, he put Greenpeace on the map, and when Greenpeace got big and started hiring lawyers and bureaucrats and doing other things, and I'm not Greenpeace bashing necessarily, but they do a lot of things, and Paul wanted an organization that would focus on marine conservation, that was all volunteer, and that went out and enforced international conservation laws. So that's what Sea Shepherd does. We don't protest. We go out, find people that are breaking the law, and we do whatever we can within reason, without hurting anyone, to stop these illegal activities.
All right, and this show is on Animal Planet. Now, I was sort of half joking, but you probably did get involved in this. And about 6 months ago, there was this story in Santa Monica, California, that some Japanese guy had a sushi restaurant and was serving whale meat there. Did you guys go then and check that out to see if that was the case?
Actually, it was.
I personally didn't go there, but but probably one of the guys from.
Yeah, Fiona, tell us about that.
Yeah, from Sea Shepherd. He went in there and closed the restaurant down, which is fantastic because there is a lot of illegal trade of whale meat, unfortunately, around the world. I mean, there is a black market for it, and it fuels the problem. People demanding it when they go to these high-end sushi markets. So, that's great. That's one shut down, but trying to sort of curb the whole sort of the whale industry, the meat sort of industry, is a problem, and we're really here to shut it down.
Fiona McQuaig, and Captain Chuck Swift are here from Animal Planet's Whale War. So, Fiona, if we can, when you go to a restaurant, and let's say it is a sushi restaurant, and I enjoy sushi, but I'm a big fan. Do you know you're having whale, or do they mention it on the menu? And if so, you should turn these people over immediately, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, if you go to a normal sushi restaurant, you won't be offered whale, and it's normal actually traded under another name. So it's only people who are kind of in with the illegal eating of it that they'd know what to call it, and they keep it. It's a very secretive thing. But I mean, it's not just like whales that are a problem in the marine environment. The Sea Shepherd's also going over illegal poachers of everything got to do with marine life. So we've just been up at the Mediterranean and stopping the illegal killing of bluefin tuna, which is at levels of 3% in the Mediterranean. So it's whales that the whole marine environment is being raped, unfortunately. They think that in 35 years we'll be having jellyfish burgers because commercial fishing is just absolutely taking everything. And the biggest problem with that is something called bycatch, because a lot of people go out and try and get X amount of, say, orange ruffy fish. They just want to fill their holes with that. And everything else, beautiful turtles, seabirds, dolphins, all other species of fish are thrown back dead. So, we really have to put pressure on the government for creating marine sanctuaries, in the high seas, because unfortunately, it's going to jeopardize the human population for generations
but we can do our part, because a lot of people want to eat, quote, healthy, and they're ordering a lot of seafood on the menu, and then there are these places that actually raise seafood, and they have sustainable, where they move the crops around the seafood in the water and stuff. Is that better to eat, in your estimation, than trying to get the wild stuff that is, trying to spawn and stay with us? It seems to me if we keep eating the wild stuff, there's not going to be any seafood left.
I mean, theoretically, yes. Humans should now be able to farm our own animals, and definitely humanely. I mean, factory farming is a horrendous thing. But at the same time, a lot of people think, fish farming is a lot better. But there's huge problems with that, because in order to feed a lot of these animals in the fish farm, the other fish in the fish farm, such as salmon and trout and things, they're actually decimating other fish populations. So, but you're right, though. Theoretically, yes, we shouldn't take anything more wild anymore, because only in the last 5 years have humans realized that biodiversity is so important for our survival, because we're all interconnected. I mean, we're an animal as well, and the environment is such a delicate thing.
Right.
Ecosystems are all interlinked. We've really got to stop. I
so do you guys eat
half ago, but now I wouldn't.
Do you guys, Fiona and Captain Chuck Swift, do you guys eat seafood yourselves?
No.
I absolutely not. And I was brought up with meat and fish, and I will probably never eat another fish again. I mean, I think it's great for kids growing up. You definitely need all those amino acids, but it's wonderful coming to Los Angeles. I'm living here for 3 months. The whole vegan, vegetarian sort of fad or phase is fantastic, because we can get all our nutrients from so many different other things now. And so, no, I wouldn't eat another fish.
And if you were going to eat seafood, you would tell us then to eat the farm-raised stuff and protect the wild.
Oh, gosh.
Come on, I want to know what's the worst. We got a lot of listeners. You're not going to get everybody to stop eating seafood. I'm just thinking about this myself. I mean, that's an argument for the farm-raised in my mind.
I think we need
the best thing to eat is actually shellfish, like oysters, scallops. They're the best thing to eat. But there's a wonderful documentary called The End of the Line. It's just out in America. I went to the premiere just a couple of weeks ago. It's been in Australia for about a month, but it is a wonderful documentary.
The end of the line. And Chuck Swift, Captain Chuck Swift, would you eat as farm-raised or wild seafood?
Well, I avoid it completely, but if I had to choose, I would do research. There are a number of groups that have done research, like I think the Monterey Bay Aquarium is one, and they
check that out.
Sustainable seafood.
When is give us the show? We're almost out of time. Give us the time for Whale Wars.
Animal Planet every Friday. The name of the show is Whale Wars. We're in our third season. Lots of action.
Well, check it out. Thanks for being with us. If you love dining and saving money, come to Fullerton, California for the Fullerton Restaurant Week, the inaugural week, August 1st through the 7th. Enjoy delicious menus prepared by Fullerton's finest restaurants.